this is no mere Dodge Challenger. No, it's the 2015 Challenger SRT Hellcat, and it's packing over 700 horsepower. Dodge says that this is the fastest, most powerful muscle car ever built. Let's give it a spin and see if it lives up to all the hype. I know what you're thinking. Big engine, 700 horsepower, American car. This is a big, dumb muscle car, but there's actually a lot of intelligence that the SRT group has built into this vehicle. For starters, here in the center, we've got the really good Uconnect navigation and infotainment system with one of the best voice command systems on the market and some pretty good app integration. Down here, as far as the performance is concerned, we hit this SRT button right here, and it's going to bring us to what's called the SRT pages, and that's going to allow you to do things like manage a lot of different engine parameters, viewing things like how much horsepower or torque you're putting out now. You can look at your intake air temperature, your air-fuel ratios. And then we've also got access to a couple of different drive modes. We've got a street mode, a sport mode, and a track mode that are going to allow you to go from comfortable daily driver to hardcore track machine at the touch of a button. And they're going to adjust everything from the transmission program to the traction control system to how much power the engine puts out and how it does it. See if you're going to adjust the suspension. And up here in the center console, we've got a small instrument cluster that's going to allow you to do things like check your 0 to 60 time or see how long your quarter mile is. Spoiler alert, 0 to 60 happens in just over 3 seconds and the quarter mile happens in just over 10. Under the hood, we've got a 6.2 liter Hemi V8. That's actually a little bit smaller than the 6.4 that we saw in the Scat Pack or in the standard SRT. But it's got a supercharger on top of it, so it's going to actually end up making a lot more power. We're talking about 707 horsepower and 650 pound-feet of torque. And let me tell you, you step on the pedal and that power comes on like nobody's business. This thing is like a freight train. In this case, we've got that paired with an 8-speed automatic transmission. Now, you know how I feel about automatics. They go with muscle cars like peanut butter and jelly, so I really like the setup that we've got here. Down here, instead of a headlight where the sort of driving light normally goes, we've got an intake that's going to suck air straight into the engine. And these vents on the hood aren't just for show. They're pulling hot air through the engine bay to help cool off the big radiator up front, and the one in the middle's actually flowing air over that supercharger to keep it cool. A cool supercharger is a powerful supercharger, so you're going to be getting the best possible performance just based on the way that this car flows air through the engine. That is such a great sound. The interesting thing about driving around in a car that has 700 plus horsepower is that, well, you never really get to use more than 1/8 of a throttle in day-to-day driving. It's just too much power for the road. Interestingly, Dodge gives you 2 keys when you get this car. One is black and one is red. The black key will actually limit the power to about 500 horsepower, but when you really want to cut loose, you bring the red key along with you, and it will unlock the full 700 horsepower that this vehicle has on tap. Now, when you really do get to step on it, this thing does make a great noise. I mean, it's got a really loud, free-flowing intake, lots of displacement, and then, of course, there's the whine from the supercharger that you can just kind of hear whenever you really get about 3/4 of the way into the throttle. It will get away from you. If you give it full throttle from a stop, you'll get a little bit of that tail waggle when you're doing a 0 to 60 run. But it does actually handle pretty well. We've got the Pirelli P0 tires on this thing. When the suspension's in its sport or track setting, it actually sticks really good in the corners. One of the interesting things about this Challenger is that it comes very well equipped. I mean, we've got an adaptive suspension that's not too uncomfortable when you're driving around day to day. And we've also got some nice creature comforts in this vehicle, including heated and ventilated seats with this sort of Laguna leather and a nice brown. We've got a heated steering wheel. We've got a great audio system with really great tech. I mean, this is pretty comfortable for a big, dumb muscle car. Now let's price this behemoth of a muscle car. The Challenger SRT Hellcat is going to start at $59,595. That's going to be the base point to get you in the door with the 700 horsepower beast. But we've got a couple of add-ons that are going to add a little bit to the bottom line, make it a little bit more comfortable of a ride. For starters, we've got those leather seats. We've also got the Uconnect navigation and technology, and we've got an automatic transmission And probably the best upgrade for this car is going to be those Pirelli P0 tires. All in, that's going to bring us to about 65,470. Under $70,000 for over 700 horsepower. Now, that's a deal if you ask me.